I'm joined now by Grandmaster Peter Leko. Peter, first of all, thank you so much for making the time. Welcome.
Thanks a lot.
You have been here in Wijk in so many capacities. We'll talk more about that a bit later, but this year you're here as a second of Vincent Keymer. The tournament is drawing to a close. How do you reflect on it?
Well, the tournament wasn't really going as hoped or expected. One thing was clear, Vincent is fighting like always, but he wasn't really getting the reward for it. The whole tournament was like a struggle because there was no logic behind the result of his game. So, for example, if you take the start of the tournament, he had some very shaky games at the beginning, but he won and he scored a victory. Then there was this golden opportunity in the third round against Wijk. When in the preparation, you remember, he was 1 hour on the clock, and he was unable to use that moment. It could have meant so much. It's a completely different tournament than +2 after 3 rounds, all the positive emotions. You enjoy that, wow, I for the first time switched to A5 systems in the Italian, I get the reward and fantastic. Missed the opportunity, then also missed the opportunity in the very next day against Jordan Van Forest in the Carlsbad structure, which actually Vincent always plays very well. And then an unlucky loss to Gukesh, and there when things are heating up, then he had 2 very good games against, good positions against Fedosiev and against Caruana. He was really pushing, he was trying to turn the direction in the positive direction, and he lost both of those games. And then when you suddenly the halfway through -2, then you understand that, well, it's going to be a very long event. And he's fighting. I think his average is like 6 hours play, more or less, from all the games.
He spent a lot of time in the playing on.
Exactly, and now he has a very big game playing against Prague in the last round. Prague is fighting for the tournament victory, of course. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting. We'll talk about that game in a second. I was just wondering, he had these, as you mentioned, difficult moments. Do you think your experience is especially helpful in those moments that, you can not just help him with the chess, but also with the psychological aspect and moments of toughness?
Yes, definitely. But at the same time, I'm also very careful because, all my life I was the player who was looking for stability. So I had also a lot of draws and everything. So I know that actually it's very nice on one side to be stable, but it's also a very dangerous game, because you can suddenly end up making a lot of those. And Vincent has this incredible fighting spirit that he always wants to win, he always wants to fight for the maximum, and I like it. I don't want to change it, I don't want to interfere that, now tournament is not going good, maybe it's more smart to, no, he wants to go for it, and I think this helps him in long terms tremendously. I don't want to change it. Sometimes, yes, I think like, it's not going well. It would be smarter, to be more cautious. But he wants to play in every single game.
And today he has a massive game, as you mentioned. He's playing against Prague, one of the 2 players in the running for the title, or maybe 3 players if the results go his way for Nodibek. But the early stages, you've seen the opening moves. First of all, what are your first impressions of Vincent's position? What is your prediction? Who's going to win the tournament?
Well, it's a very interesting tournament, such a big fight for first place. We have also seen yesterday the game between Jordan Van Forest and Gukesh. What the craziness, what the madness happened in time trial, after time trial. Do you think like after time trial things will calm down, it will have a logical ending? No, it's also people have to understand that the players are here ready for more than 2 weeks, fighting like crazy, giving all their energy, the tension is growing. So that you are combining brilliant moves with mistakes, even in classical, it's absolutely logical. They are humans, that's why we love this tournament. There are so many ups and downs, but the struggle, the fighting spirit is there from every single participant. I think that after this game, what we witnessed yesterday between Jordan and Gukesh, we can understand, we can conclude that we shouldn't be making any predictions. We should just enjoy the show. Yes, lean back and enjoy the show because there will be so many twists. I do feel a little bit that I feel very sorry for Nodibek because if you look back in the very first round, he had a fantastic game against Prague. He didn't manage to win. He was very close to grounding down Gukesh in a very good game, and also against Vincent Keymer. So basically 3 very good games he should have won, and then the whole tournament standing could be completely different, while with all this frustration that he did not win against Vincent, then caused him to over-push yesterday and blunder and lose, and now he's out of contention for first place. So, yeah, basically miracles need to happen, but we have seen things like this already. You can never be sure.
Yeah, today will be a long day, potentially some playoffs. I wanted to ask you about, you've played here, of course, many times. You won here 20 years ago in 2005. In terms of your playing career, did that represent a special moment winning here in Wijk?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this win in 2005 was extremely special because I was many times close. I shared or took second place a couple of times, I think in year 2000, behind Kasparov with Vichy and Kramnik. Yeah, I do remember that we shared second to fourth place. In 2004, I also, behind Vichy, I took second place. And then 2005, right after my World Championship match, when I clearly had the disappointment that I was so close of winning against Vladimir in the World Championship match in Brissago, but then he managed to play that fantastic last game and we tied 7-7. So all the frustration I was coming to Wijk that I have no other choice than to, only thanks to this victory, I can heal all these things that happened in the World Championship, which actually worked to perfection. I beat Vichy and I beat Svidler, two players against whom I was mostly always struggling throughout my career, very unpleasant opponents for me. And then that was in the second and third round, and then you really felt like, okay, this could be my tournament. Vichy had a very slow start, and then he was coming and he was always catching me at the end. Yeah, so it was fantastic memories. But not only this tournament, because I won. I came here as a visitor, as an 11-year-old in 1991 for 1 day to look at the tournament. And then I already spoke with organizers and they told me that, yeah, Peter would love to have you next year. And I started in 92 in the reserve group. And, you know, it was very special because Alexander Huzman, Gelfand's second and long-time coach, was playing in the reserve group. He has given me a master class. He beat me in a fantastic Scotch, I still remember, with the black pieces, outclassing me. But that was not only the highlight. The highlight was Boris Gelfand. Boris was playing in the main group as one of the world's best players. And every day he was coming to watch my game and shake hands, you know, those kind of incredible memories. Then after the game, spending in these small analyzing rooms, hours, being able to witness Korchnoi, Yasser, all these legends, Ivan, Predrag, and all these brilliant players analyzing their games, seeing their thought process and like this. So whenever I enter this Demorian hall, I understand that how much I grew as a player, how much I learned. It's just fantastic.
That's really fascinating to hear. How much do you think Wijk has changed? You know, you've been coming here for what? Can't even,
yes,
a lot of years.
Yes, 17th time now. So basically I'm slowly spending already a year of my life in Wijk. Well, one thing that I noticed, the atmosphere, everything is the same. It's just fantastic. But the weather changed. I mean, what happened this year, I haven't witnessed, because the last 2 days I was not closing my jacket. Can you imagine? Why can't they just
enjoy? It was even sunny.
Exactly, yeah. I went to the beach and I just felt like I can go on forever. Normally, big windstorm and you have to fight for your survival. So yeah, that was really special this year. I'm so happy for this tradition and for this tournament, classical chess with all this fighting spirit, all these young players, giving their absolutely all, not thinking about that it's 13 rounds and we are tired. They go for the maximum. It's so nice to see.
It's really an incredibly fighting tournament. I just have a final question for you. You've been here as a player many times, as a second, as a commentator. What do you prefer? What do you...
Well, everything. Actually, I do miss playing in Wijk because I really like the playing hall. I always like, because I'm someone who has normally a lot of stress during the games, so I prefer to have many boards that I can look at. While I made my move, I get up, I look around, I also see that other people are also giving their all, other people also have some problems to solve, and also having the challengers there as well, so 14 boards all the time, a lot of spectators, especially on the weekends. You have this atmosphere, you feel like for how many people how much it means to come here to Wijk. Yeah, this is, I think, just something that people who are not here cannot even imagine, that what it means to be here. Yeah, people are fighting to get into the playing hall, to get into the row that they can see the players. And for me as a player, this was always giving tremendous amount of energy. Yeah, you want to perform your best, because I do believe that yes, chess players are not only sportsmen, they are also like artists. Yeah, so if you feel that people care about what you are doing, this will encourage you to show even more. So playing in Wijk was always very special, but being part of it, it's also nice now that Vincent was struggling in the tournament. This of course did not help. Yeah, some more positive results, and then we would be talking that, okay, everything is fantastic. Also as a second, but I'm pretty sure that with all this fighting chess, Vincent will keep on improving as a player. Yeah, now also you can see that he started to play also e4. Yes. Yeah, so he's in a transition phase. Yeah, that he is very ambitious, but it's still something new, something fresh. He was also helping Gukesh in the World Championship match, which will be in long terms also very beneficial, but maybe short terms was taking too much energy or too much attention. You never know all these kind of things, a new experience. When all these puzzles get together, then he will get a completely new quality, and then I'm sure that it will be very hard to stop him getting into the top 10.
He's been one of the players who's been really fascinating to watch throughout the tournament, as you said. I mean, we've been spoiled with so many incredible games, so much fighting spirit. Peter, thank you very much.
Just a second. Yeah. Before leaving, I would like to say a few words about Gukesh.
Sure,
yeah, because he just became world champion. Yeah, so whenever you succeed with something so big, yeah, at such an early age, I think that he came here and he plays this, he's fighting for first place and he's giving his absolutely everything, shows that what a fantastic fighter he is. I have to say that feeling-wise, I feel that he can play much better, but showing not his best and being there on +5 and about to win the tournament shows his incredible potential. It's just so nice to see this. And also Prague, yeah, because I can understand, I can imagine the rivalry between Prague and Gukesh. And he also wants to win the tournament, and how much it means to him and how he's pushing himself forward and everything. It's so nice to see. I think we are witnessing really fantastic times right now in chess.
Today, one player will be very happy at the end of the day. The other will be a little bit disappointed, but both of them will be coming back here for years. Peter, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. It was really, really interesting to hear from all your experiences. And best of luck to Vincent today. And
yeah, thanks a lot, and good luck to everyone. Yeah, because of course I'm rooting for Vincent, but for all the participants who are doing this fantastic fighting chess. And let's enjoy the tournament.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Yes.